So I just thought we would bask in the beauty of the moment there. Sometimes say nothing, and that was a moment just to appreciate the lovely calf that has arrived. Now, worry not, I managed to film the whole experience, and no doubt it's a video in one form or another. It might end up being Winter on the Farm, might be on our channels, not sure yet, but we've got the lot. We've got the lot, including a dramatic conclusion to the birth. But all that matters at the moment is that little lad, and it's a little lad, is fitting well, and he's safe. And the next challenge, let's see if I can shift that bucket, because it's just going to annoy me, that bucket. See if I can do it without getting clobbered. Go on, Flower. Go on, lass. Go on. Good girl. I'm just trying to get this bucket without putting myself in mortal danger. But a cow don't want to be messing about with a bucket, isn't we? There we are, we've got it. I'm going to kick the bucket, but only physically, not metaphorically. So we'll kick the bucket out. There we are. Job's a good one. The annoying bucket is gone, and Fern can concentrate on a calf without treading on a bucket. So, and you've got to be respectful of a cow that's just delivered, and it's a great calf, isn't it? Really vigorous. I've just a nasty feeling we're going to end up teaching it to drink. But it doesn't matter, you know, we'll do what we have to do. We know we can do it because we've done it with every one of the cows before. Unfortunately, she's just got that udder position that calves find difficult to latch. And you know, it's not uncommon. I'm not giving up hope yet, but I fully expect to have to get Fern in the crush and take a bit of milk off a bag, you know, maybe even pop a bit of milk straight into its tummy just so it's secure for 24 hours. And like Hannah was saying earlier, it's a matter of giving it enough to keep it going, but not too much that it doesn't try and feed itself, because ultimately that's what it needs to do. Christine says, oh wow, at last a beautiful calf for Fern. Is it a girl? It's a boy, and it's a big boy. It's a good boy. Hopefully a breeding bull of the future. She's well bred, extremely well bred, and Murphy's well bred. So there's every chance if we give him the. And I think a lot of it is about giving them the chance by feeding them properly and looking after them properly. And you know, we're getting better all the time at that. 1,000 people watching now. 1,000 people. Welcome to Cannonall Farm. Welcome to Barnsley. And I hope you know, wherever you are, hope you're having a good day so far. Brenda says, has he managed to drink yet? No, is the answer. And Kate says, that was quick from lambing before. Exactly. We're all over here this morning on our social channels. And Pauline says, congratulations, Fern. And Teresa says, such a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. We would ask, we would plead, we would implore that you could give us a share. Okay, Flower, don't worry. That you could spread news that the star is born. A new calf is here at Cannonall Farm. Anyone coming today, there's David there. We'll see it. And anyone watching Winter on the Farm or one of our social channels at a slightly later date will see the birth, because I captured the lot, and I think I did a good job. I think Dale would be proud of me. We've got photos of it. We've got, but always for you guys is the live broadcast. Jane says, wow, lovely bull calf for Fern, and Edna says, wonderful start to the day. The stars flying in aplenty. Jane Kelly says, amazing, congratulations, Fern. And beautiful arrival. She's just come back to fitness in the nick of time, because she's had a little bit of a trapped nerve. And I was worried, I was genuinely worried, and I know Philip was, that she wouldn't be able to get up and down so easily at calving. But miraculously, a week ago, the trap nerve disappeared. Maybe the calf had just been laid in a place that made her less comfortable. But fantastic news. Already shared, says Sarah Jane, thank you. Sue shared. Catherine sent an emoji. Please press your share button now. Tracy Towner has sent 100 stars. Victoria says, what about Cooper for a name? Oh, have you done it? Have you done it? Oh, I thought that's what you were doing. Okay, right up. Right up. Elaine has shared. Tracy says, good morning. Christine says, a dear friend Nancy will be so happy, born on her 86th birthday. Happy birthday, Nancy. What a great sight. Now, we would love it if that calf managed to confound all expectations and latched on to one of those big low teats. Helen says, well done, Fern. And Audrey says, well done, Fern. Gail says, when will he be back on? When will that be back on? Winter on the Farm, I would imagine early December. Beverly says, caught alive, and what a life to catch with Fern's baby calf. Wonderful. 1,200 people watching. Please give us a share. We implore you. We, not begging you, but if you possibly could, we would be so, so grateful. Pauline sent 50 stars. Thank you. Jackie shared the wonderful news as always. No, you're not gonna clatter me, missus. I know what you like. Anne shared. Sheila says, hi there, Dave. He's here, he's there, he's every flipping where. So we can't see it now, can we? She's blocking me off. Now what I did, I managed to film from up on the gantry there, and she didn't know I was there. I was very stealth-like. And I got the lot. Got the lot. Really good. Very pleased with it. Alison says, congratulations, Fern. What a beautiful calf. Christine says, wow, so pleased. Beautiful bull. Thank you so much, Rob. And Marie says, Laddie would be a great name. I like Laddie. My mum had a dog called Laddie. Carol says, well done, Fern. June says, good morning, Farmer Robert. Hope you're well. Leslie shared. Call it Alexander, says Laura. It blows my mind, you know, that you can see this calf now and you think, look at that champing, it's up, it's trying to feed, it's, you know, it's just what you want. But then, you know, half an hour ago, or maybe not much more, Mum was laid down, Fern was laid down, I could just see the nose, and I'm thinking, how is that ever going to fit out of there? And even though I've seen it happen loads of times, it blows my mind to think that it just comes out like that and stands up, and, you know what I mean, it still amazes me, and I think it's nice to be amazed still, isn't it? As you get older, it's still nice to have that wonderment, that magic, that magical feeling when something like this happens. Iris says, gorgeous calf. What a great name, Iris. Absolutely fantastic. See, it's trying to drink like Dave on a Friday or Saturday night. Let's just hope that it knows to go low. The only way that's going to latch is to go low. But it won't hurt to have a couple hours really trying, really getting ready, and then when we go in to help, and what we might do, we might pop Mum on a halter, or we might put her in the crush. It depends if we think she's going to kick us. In the crush, you're safer for being kicked. I don't know. See what Philip thinks when he comes down. Winifred says he definitely wants his food. He does. Beautiful, says Heather. No, I know what you want to do. You want to smash my hand against the bars. Such a beautiful sight. Thank you, Rob, says Lynn Loosely. And Karen says, I think you should call him Pumpkin, Rob. We can't call everything Pumpkin. We've got a lamb called Pumpkin, haven't we? And Jean says, morning, Farmer Rob. Oh, Fern has had her calf. Well done, Fern. A really lovely calf. It's a great calf. It's vigorous. We've got some great photos of it. We've got some great footage of it when it was first starting to stand up. Yvonne says, oh, my, how gorgeous. Jenny says he's longing for a drink. He absolutely is. And Fern's longing to lick him dry, and that's what she's doing at the moment. It seems like something that can't be so, doesn't it? How do you lick something dry? But they actually do. They take all the birth fluids off them and actually dry them with their raspy tongue. Bracken is a good name, says Winifred. Amanda says, still, good morning, everyone. Sally Palmer sent 20 stars. Thank you, Sally. And Tracy says he needs some help to feed. He probably will. We know that. But equally, there's no harm in just letting him have a couple hours We're still well within the colostrum window. We don't need to panic yet. Kathleen sent 100 stars, thank you. Nicola says, beautiful calf, well done. Deborah says, oh, beautiful calf. Please give us a share if you possibly can. And what else do we ask people to do? Oh yeah, consider visiting us at the weekend and beyond, or even before the weekend, as part of our pumpkin festival. Tickets are flying out for the weekend. We will be sold out. So if you're thinking of coming, book your tickets now, because there will be none left. The weekend is going to be the busiest day. Still plenty of availability for the days beyond the weekend, right up to the 31st. Janet, and not only that, you get to see this calf, you get to see Swiss Valley lambs and pygmy goats. It's getting quite low, isn't it now? So there's just half a chance. It's just such a big teat, that. That's a lot to get in his mouth, isn't it? It's a tall order, it's a big ask, but you never know. You never know. Winifred says, what a treat for visitors today. It is. Diane says, Heath is a good name. Marie says, beautiful. Sarah says, lucky laddie, love it. Please give us a share. See if we can get 1,200 people into more people. I'm sure there are people out there who would love to see this little calf on the Facebook feed as Mum lavishes it with licks and care and attention. So, Joanne says, lovely calf, well done, Fern, watching from my dialysis bed in Lincoln Renal Unit. And that's from Joanne Lidgett. Best wishes to you, Joanne. Jill says, my Auntie Iris is 99. Fantastic, I love that name. If I had another daughter, I'd definitely call it Iris. Dawn says, shared, Dawn from Skipton. Thanks, Dawn. Julie Clare says, Rob just says he has the video of it. I absolutely do, it's a good one, I know. Ferdinand the Bull, for Fern. Ferdinand's a good name, I like that. And June says Octavius is a name for Fern's calf. I like that as well. Julie says Fern and Gully Children's Programme. Susan says such a beautiful calf coming on Thursday for the first time. So excitable. That is perfect timing. I wish I could. I live too far, says Ann Davies. And Sharon says, yay, great calf. Yes, Bracken. Elaine, granddaughter, says call him Autumn or Bobby. Bobby. That's a good one. Anne says, as Mum is Fern, how about Bracken for a name? Great names. Thank you for all your name suggestions. Please keep them flowing in our direction. We're really, really grateful. I'd love that calf to latch on, but I just have a nasty feeling it's going to be a job for later this morning. Karina says, how gorgeous. Athalia says, Hamish. Gail Downs says, he's a determined little chap he is, and that's where he needs to be. That's what you want, something with a bit of go about him. You know, we've had some, and you get them, you get some with a little bit less gumption, and they're a lot harder to teach. Shared in Nottingham, says Cadwer Edwards. And Pamela is also shared. Susanna Aram says, what a gorgeous calf. Loads of emojis coming up. Sherry Perkins says, Autumn or Bracken. There's a lot of people suggesting Bracken. Thank you for your names. Thank you for your interest. Thank you for your consideration. So just keep trying to get a view of the main event being the calf. It blows my mind to think that cow has just delivered that calf. You know, I know I shouldn't be amazed, but it just 1 minute it's laid there and you're thinking, how on earth is that ever going to come out? Them feet look big, oh my goodness. And the next thing, out it pops. It doesn't always happen like that. Carol Ward says beautiful. Eve says gorgeous. All curly Joe. Nice. Heather says, do they have a specific letter? I don't know. Ross sent 50 stars. Thank you, Ross. Bree Dernhalley thinks Lorcan. And Kelly Bickerton says Hunter would be a good name for a bull. Hunter Highland. Absolutely. So, well done, Fern. Eleanor says, my last day on holiday with my daughter in Warwick. How about William after William Shakespeare? And Thorny Lenton says, what about Fergus, meaning man of force? Anne says, call it, Oek, I'm late. That can't be a name, surely. And Bracken sounds great. He's gorgeous, said Lynn. And Leanne Rogers sent 20 stars. Thank you, Leanne. So now this is where we're going to come unstuck again, right? and this is why sometimes, and it's cows they've got something called supernumerary teats, right? The little teats that are sometimes little added extras to the 4 that they normally have. Now he's had his navel sprayed. We give it a right good dip. The supernumerary teats, and they don't do anything. They don't work, but what they can be is a big distraction. And Fern has got a supernumerary teat on the back of a bag. And last year her calf did nothing but try and drink from that supernumerary teat, which didn't work. It was just basically like a dummy. And left unaided, left without help, it would suck a dummy until it died, basically, because there was no nutrition coming out of it. So the calf thought it had found the teat, they thought it had won in life, but it was getting no nutrition whatsoever. So that's that can be a real problem, especially a problem like these, which aren't easy to help. This breed, you know, she's got a mind of her own. Christine sent 200 stars, thank you. Winston celebrating the arrival. She's got a mind of her own. She's not easy to help, but she's not impossible to help either. And with the right facilities, we know that we can get her on a halter, or we can get her in the crush and we can get that calf fed. June Flack says, was just getting up ready to go to Lincoln for a hospital appointment, and there he was. Good luck at the hospital. And Valerie says, surely he should have a Scottish name, Hamish or Fergus. Great suggestions. Hayley says, beautiful calf, well done, Fern. And Jane thinks Wallace. Mary McGowan thinks Jamie, a good Scottish name. And Joey says John, Johnny and Fern. Carol says she has a good full udder. She does, but it's just a little bit low. That's the only downside. Wendy says morning Winston. So 1,300 people watching. Please give us a share if you possibly can. So please give us a follow on YouTube. YouTube is something that we're going to be doing more of. There'll be videos on YouTube that don't appear on Facebook, and vice versa. So please give us a share across all our channels. YouTube also is a place you can watch the podcast. Podcast comes out every week, and hopefully that's something that you can get some enjoyment from. It gives us a chance to talk in greater detail about something. No, you're not going to get me. You're not going to get me. Go on, Flower. Go back to your calf. Debbie Pell, hi Rob. I'm on my holidays. Hi from Sydney, Australia. Good day. Hope you're having a great time. A Sydney cider. And Helen says, Dickie after Dickie Bird, or Heath as Fern grows on Heathland. Great names. Dickie Bird, sadly missed. I lost to Barnsley because he was someone that Barnsley was synonymous for, wasn't he? And synonymous for all the right reasons. You know, what was he said? He was married to cricket, and anyone who devotes their life to something that people get so much enjoyment from, then well done to him, and he will be sadly missed. Christine says Fraser is a good name. Dickie was a friend to the farm. He came and opened our playground once, a new playground, and he went down the zip wire. Real good sport. Call him Thistle, says Julia. And Judy says Dougal. Lynn says, I love YouTube. Watch you every time. Excellent. Well, we're going to be doing more and more stuff on YouTube. He's not a million miles off that teat now, look. Go on, just go a bit lower. Go on, lad. You can do it. She's warning you, Rob, says Emma. Don't worry. I'm reading the room. And Vicky says, what about Bertie, as Queen Victoria loved the Highland cows? Great suggestion, Vicky Fawcett. Heather says Harris or Lewis. And Loretta says, how about Rob Roy? Great. And Debbie Pell is having an amazing time in Sydney. That's great to hear. Terry says, beautiful calf. Thanks, Terry. Rita says, I follow YouTube. Please give us a follow on YouTube. Please tune into the podcast because we spend a lot of time doing them. You know, it would be great if more people could tune in and make that a thing. Carol says, congratulations, Fern. Love Hamish. And Sarah says he's handsome. Good luck with the rest of the lambing and calving from us all in Cornwall. Thank you so much. Good wishes from Cornwall are always great to have. Guy Martin, loved your podcast yesterday, Rob. Very interested in what you're doing at the farm. Thank you, Guy. Call him Highland, says Tanya. And Catherine says, good morning, Rob. Pleased to see Fern and a lovely calf. Thank you. Leanne says, I think Bracken. And Karina says, Heathcliff for a name. Ruth says, how lovely is that? I love the idea of Bertie. And Diana says, Rob Roy. Faye Allen says, just joined, good sized calf, congratulations on its safe arrival. Thank you. It's a very comprehensive message. Right then, guys, I just thought you needed to know, you needed to see, and but we've stuff to do. We've got we're filming today actually for Winter on the Farm, so filming a sequence about something. I can't tell you what. Melanie says, keep holding my breath when he gets close to tea. Fingers crossed he manages to be. We'll get him on one way or another. I wish he'd do it himself, but we will get him on one way or another. He's got plenty of oil in his lamp though, you know. You can see some calves and you think, how on earth are you ever going to manage that? But this, it's you'd only need, if you could just do it, and I've done it before with a quiet cow, just let him suck your fingers, get him to follow your fingers down a little bit lower, curl the teat back. Once he's had a taste of that milk, he'd literally be away. So we know we can do it. We know it's sometimes not for the faint-hearted, but we know that it's worth the risk, and we'll do everything we can to mitigate the risk. So yeah. Look at that. Very, very good. Right then, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing our anxieties around the safe arrival of Fern's calf. Now, you're never over till it's over. Until that calf is drinking lustily off mum, I don't think I can truly relax. But it's a big step forward, obviously, to get that calf born, to see it, trying to feed, to see it, look at this, connecting with its neighbours, Little Red and Little Calf. There's two Little Reds together, pals through the fence. So that's always lovely to see. So from Farmer Rob at Cannonall Farm, thanks for watching. See you again soon. We'll keep you posted with everything to do with calving, with lambing, with kidding in this October half-term period. So everything's going to plan. Everything's been born as we had hoped. And we've got a fantastic new calf there to share with all our visitors. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.